Well, good morning, guys, and welcome to the show. Fernando.
Welcome to the show.
Today we have, well, you know, I always say we have a fun one. Focal reached out to us earlier this year, and they said, hey, we have this brand new line of auditors. Would you guys like to try it out? Yeah, I'm not gonna say no. Why would I say no? Of course I said yes. Today, we have Haley's car in. That's right, it's a 2004 Escape. We featured this in a lot of videos in the past. We're going to put the Focal Auditor all the way around the car. Well, we're gonna take a listen to see what it sounds like. Plus, we're gonna unbox them, show you guys all the bits and pieces, and take you along for the ride. Does that sound like fun, Fernando?
Oh yeah.
I'll meet you guys over at the bench. Now in Haley's car, she has a set of 6-inch components up front, coaxials in the back. She's got a subwoofer that we're running, so they sent us all of those cool pieces. To start out with, we're gonna have the Auditor ASE165S 2A shallow component kit. Before we open it up, let's just kind of take a look at the box because there's a ton of information that can be gleaned from this enclosure. Starting over here with this side, they're telling us it's 110 watts of max power, and you know, however you feel about that, it's on there. This is more important. Woofer diameter is 165 millimeters. Inverted dome tweeter. Compact design. Flipping it on the side, there's going to be 2 woofers, 2 grills, 2 crossovers, 2 tweeters, and a bunch of mounting accessories. They give us the size of the speaker in millimeters. Flipping it over onto the back, they have a lot more of information in other languages, as well as on the side here. And on either end, we have a picture and we have a barcode. Inside, you'll find small owner's manual describing how you can install them into the car in multiple languages. Focal sound. Ooh. Well, this is kind of cool. Wow. I like this. So this is just like a history of Focal little pamphlet thrown into the box. Wow, I kind of dig this. This is kind of nice. Yeah, I wonder if you can download and read this. That'd be pretty cool. Moving into the box, those 2 grills, which we will be not using for this installation. Just a little bit though, for some of you guys that will be using the grill. It is metal here on the front, has a Focal logo. It's 2 pieces. It's made for the speaker to sit on the inside here, and then the grill to go over the top of it. And it is an octagon shaped hole. If you're looking to cut it up and make press grills out of it, there you go. The 2 tweeters comes with about 14 inches of wire. The stripe is positive, the solid is negative. It comes in the cup that is made to come apart, and you can get inside of the speaker here. One of the nice things about this speaker is it has a threaded hole here in the back. That's important in some applications, especially factory applications. The factory tweeter screws into place. Having that is awesome. Makes mounting it super convenient. We'll leave these in the cups right now. Comes with that cool Focal logo on it, and it is that inverted dome that they mentioned. Taking a closer look at the mid-range. So taking a closer look at the mid-range, some form of a rubber surround, stamped steel basket, vented out the side here. As you can see, this one is pretty shallow, about 1 7/8 of an inch deep. Nice little speaker. Digging deeper into the box, some more tweeter mounts here, angled tweeter mounts, and then the 2 passive crossovers. On the side of the crossovers, it tells you the tweeter and the woofer. Negative, positive, negative, positive. There again, the stripes are positives, the solids are negative, which is going to be the same for the input. And just in case you forget, it is also labeled on the input. But nice and compact crossovers. It is screwed together. This set will be going in the fronts. These are going to go up in the A-pillars. These are going to go on the doors. The crossovers will go up underneath the seat where the amplifier is located. Fernando's getting the car apart now, so let's go join him. Speaking of mounting into place, I just noticed, look at all those screw holes it has on here. I personally like to keep speaker terminals facing down in a door. If you just have 4 screw holes, sometimes that's difficult, but with all of these, it's going to make it really super easy to get that. Now, before Fernando gets the speaker in, I just wanted to show that we have already done sound treatment on these doors around the speaker here in this area, as well as behind the speaker, and then we've added the foam rings. With that, Fernando can get the speaker back into the door. When adding those foam rings to your door, make sure you go around the outside of the speaker, for the simple reason is that one day you may want to change out or upgrade your speakers. And if you put the foam on the speaker, well, you're gonna have to tear it off and throw it away. Speaker is in place. It's time to put the door panel back on. When we did the previous install in Haley's car, we didn't have a laser. We had to modify the existing tweeter mount in order to fit our tweeters in. Now that we do have a laser, we have a different thought process behind doing things. Not that you would need a laser to do this, we've simply just made our own bracket here that is the same shape as this. But we need to get this off because it is heat welded in these 3 spots. Makes it very difficult. They typically have little heads on them like this. For that, we've already taken a razor blade and cut this flat. Now we need to get it apart. Well, if you pry on it, it's probably not going to come apart. You run the risk of breaking it. That's where this comes in. This is a plastic welder. We're using a metal panel tool here. Get that up underneath here like this, then just take the plastic welder and start massaging the top. Might have to sit there for a while. Once it gets nice and gooey, pry up on it and the corner will pop right off. Do it to all 3 sides. Now the reason why we just don't want to cut it off flat, because we're going to be using screws and we want those necks that are there for our screws to attach to. There we go. And what I mean by necks, as you can see, it has these little heads that stick out. We want those. That's what our screw is going to, these guys are going to attach to. And there we have it. Our Focal Auditor is now screwed into the factory. And this will be nice because if we need to change this out, it's easy enough to do. If we have to service it, which if she blows the speaker, I'm gonna be really upset. I'm gonna get this off to Fernando so we can finish up the wire and get it into the car. For the rear doors, we're going to be using the Auditor ACX165S. The S is for shallow. And if we come over here, just like on the previous, same power handling, the 165mm inverted dome, and the compact design. I'm really liking this compact design because it fits in there perfect. Nice and shallow, and it's not hitting any of the frame of the door. Exterior of the box has all the same information. This one, however, does open a little differently. It slides open from this end. Comes with some mounting instructions, that cool Focal pamphlet that was in the other one, and that little instruction manual. A lot of times coaxials do come this way in this folded cardboard. Over here in the corner, we have a bag of screws. Comes with identical girls as the front if you're looking to match them up. And the mid-range, here we go. Has the identical tweeter in it. This is really important. A lot of the times you'll find sets that don't match up, and that is gonna be a problem because if the tweeters don't play the same levels or the mid-range don't sound the same and you want rear fill, you could get some problems there. Just the follow through isn't gonna be there. This is an identical driver, same basket. If you're wanting to do bi-amp capability, as you see the tweeter here does come out for you to do that. Same cone material, same surround, same 8 holes. It's the same driver. It's really kind of nice. And I'm digging this Focal logo on here. I kind of, you know, wish you could see it, but you're not going to. But hey, it's the little things in life. I'm gonna get these over to Fernando so he can get these into the back doors. Just like the front doors, we've already done all our sound treatment and we have our foam rings there in place. Pro tip, get yourself some plastic baskets like this. That way when you're taking apart door panels or dashes or something like that, they're cheap and you can have one for each door. No system is complete without the subwoofer, and Haley would be very upset if I did not put a subwoofer back in her car. For that, we have the Auditor RSB250. It's a 10-inch woofer. Let's open it up and take a look. Awesome Focal logo right in the center on the dust cap. Nice big butyl rubber surround. The cone is like a thicker version of what the mid-bass in the doors are made out of. This particular woofer is a dual voice coil here, and it doesn't use cheap terminals, that's for sure. These are the screw down type, and or you can come in the back with banana plugs. Decent size magnet. So get some performance specs on this. According to the information on the box here, we have a max power of 500 watts. It is recommended for sealed or ported. Measurements here in millimeters. Steel basket, polypropylene cone, dual 4-ohm voice coil. For this subwoofer, we are going to put it in a ported box, and we're not going to do anything elaborate. This is a budget system. For that, we wanted to put it in an enclosure enclosure, that more than likely it's what it's going to get put in. You're not going to spend a ton of money to have a custom box built. That means we're just going to be using one of our 10-inch pre-made boxes that we have, and I feel this is a safe way to see how this is going to sound in an everyday application. If it's perfect, we'll get this wired up and screwed together. Because the woofer is a dual voice coil and we need a 2 ohm load, we've connected 2 pieces of wire, both positives on one terminal and both negatives on the other terminal. And that brings us out to these 2 ends here. These will screw into these cool pieces here, just like this. Make sure they're nice and tight, but not too tight. You don't want to break them. These are like, don't take pliers and go crazy on them because you will damage the speaker if you do that. To power these Focal auditors, we're going to be using the Auditor AP4340 4-channel AB class amplifier. This is 4 by 140 watts max power. Let's check around the box and see what kind of information we can find. Just like on all the other Auditor products, it gives us the size of the amplifier here, cool picture of both ends there, and all the warnings and stuff like that. Let's open it up. Inside, it has some specs. At 4 ohms, we're looking at 70 watts by 4. At 2 ohms, it's 95 by 4. If we bridge it at 4 ohms, it's 190 by 2. It does have a bass boost if you do decide to use it as a subwoofer amplifier of 0, 6, and 12 dB. The crossovers, you know what, let's just take a look at the side of the amplifier and see what it looks like. Comes with a bag of parts, has some spacers, some screws, and an extra set of fuses. Spirit of Sound Focal card. Let's start on the input side. Green power, red protect. Crossover for channel 1, high pass, full range, and that is the one that is 60 to 1.2K. Gain control. Channel 1 and 2 inputs. Outputs are in the middle. Channel 3 and 4 inputs. Bass boost, 0, 6, 12 dB. Gain is up first. We have a high pass option of 100 to 2.2K. Full range option and a low pass option of 50 to 250. Flipping it over to the power output side. Ground first, followed by remote. 12 volts. The two 15 amp fuses. Inside here is channels 1 and 2. Outside here is channels 3 and 4, and they all go positive, negative, and so on. They are the screw down style terminals, so they're going to take forks, and it's a pretty decent sized amplifier as far as physical footprint goes. It's 13.5 inches across, so you're probably going to need about 16 inches, 9.25 by 2.25. This is what's going to power the front and rear. We're going to leave the existing amplifier we have in the car to power the 10-inch subwoofer. Normally we would do a big plate with a bunch of wiring, but wiring already exists in the car. That means all we have to do is plug all of our existing wiring in, set our gains. Crossovers we'll use from the radio. The amplifier is up underneath the seat. It will be mounted in place. As you can see, that bracket right there. Hold it down. With that in, all we have to do is get the seat back mounted in place. We can turn it on and take a listen. Alright guys, we're in the car. We're playing with it a little too hard, not gonna lie. We were having a little bit too much fun.
It's always fun.
Yeah, it is. I mean, isn't that the purpose of this? I mean, yeah. I feel if we can't get in and beat the crap out of it, but we did. We did beat the crap out of it. You can kind of hear in the background that your favorite song. I think that's the new thing we're gonna do, is every time we do one of these, we're gonna let you guys hear those songs so that you can compare them, see what you think. I'm gonna let this one play out for a minute. We'll put the camera here and then we'll come back and we'll tell you what we think about this, but I want you guys to hear it first. And I know it's only YouTube and all that, and you're probably listening to it from your phone or headphones. Right. But if you're not, you know, hey.
Yeah, if you have headphones, they sound good. All right.
Alright guys, so here's my thoughts on the Focal Auditor. It's Focal. It's 100% Focal. These tweeters are Focal tweeters. They're making Focal tweeters sounds. What do I mean by that? They're metal, they're inverted, and they're taking
They sound
away.
amazing.
Fernando's overjoyed with them.
Yeah, I like it.
They are everything you would expect in a Focal tweeter at an amazing price point. For sure, there's no doubt about it. My only, is that even though it's a big AB class amplifier, it's a big AB class amplifier.
Well, I mean,
the footprint size is pretty massive. It was difficult to get underneath the seat, but other than that, it sounds really good. So I can't really ding it too much. It's like, yeah, size, I get it, but it's AB, so what do you expect? It's gonna be big, but it sounds wonderful. The next question be, is it comparable to the 70 watts by 4 we had in here? Yes, it is. It's actually louder than the 70 watts by 4 we had in here. The subwoofer in the back is kicking hardcore.
Yes.
It doesn't need a lot of power, okay? Don't plan on putting 500 watts to it. It really doesn't need it. A small 250, 300 watts on that sub would be perfect. It's super efficient. I mean,
it blends with the sound, like in the front. It sounds good.
It's got plenty of impact to it. Focal asked us if we could put a small auditor system in a car, take a listen to it, take it for a test drive, see how it sounds, and yeah, it's a nice, affordable system that gets you into that Focal sound that you might otherwise not be able to do. So these new auditors are really nice. I like them, and I'm not just saying that because I was not a fan of the auditor line. This was really hard for me to do, but they promised me that, listen, Dean, you're gonna like these. And I'm like, I don't know, man. But no, they were right. They were right. Good job, Focal. Thank you so much for allowing us to play with your equipment. That's all I got. You got anything?
No, I tell me. Yeah, let's play more music, see?
Ooh, it's this one. All right, guys. You have a great night as always. We'll see you later next time.
Bye.
Let that cool down, man.
Smoking hot.